Rolling through the Midwest, got the hops and live. On day and dig deep, pouring knowledge in the ride from the brewery to the bar. We bring the heat, crafting perfect brews to our cities on the beat. Spinning all the news, we keep it fresh and raw. Liquid golden hands, raise your glass for the law. Popping taps, sharing wisdom with the kings of the tape. Very simply say, there's no time to waste.
Midwest vibes, we stay legit. For another round, let's never quit. Midwest vibes, we stay legit. For another round, let's never quit.
What is up, everybody? We are back. I lost my part of the headset there for a second. But happy Saturday. Happy World Cup time, I guess. Everybody's been kind of into the World Cups recently, so watching some of the soccer action. And if you're new here, what we do Saturday evenings every couple weeks, we have the Midwest Beer Show where we get into some of the beer news and trends or just commentary on the beer scene. Myself here, Dave Z from Beer in Front as well, representing Chicago. I'm here in Cincinnati, and welcome all. So, Dave, great to see you again, my friend.
Yes, welcome. I'm glad you're home safe and sound from your travels.
Yeah, back in Cincinnati after visiting Denver for a few days for work. And quick hot take, Denver, I was going to say I'm disappointed, but it's definitely getting busted up over here.
Uh-oh.
Denver, all kinds of stuff here. Denver, it just didn't really end up being like I thought it was going to be. You know, we all have this, I guess, vision, Denver, the big beer city that we know it is. One, it was kind of weird when I got out there. I didn't realize that part of Colorado was as flat as it is. So it's like basically you're in Kansas.
I thought you were back in the Midwest. Yeah.
Right. By the time we got towards downtown where we were going, we definitely saw some of the mountains off in the horizon, so to speak. But they're Wednesday and Thursday and close at 9:00 downtown for a lot of their stuff. I got to breweries and stuff. I was planning to go visit a friend of ours that had a brewery out there, and I'm like, couldn't get from the meetings out there in time, so had to bag that. We did end up going to Yard House Thursday night. We did have one of those there, and that stayed open at midnight. So Yard House always has a nice handful of beers on tap. I guess probably kind of, as far as restaurants go, probably the most that you can get on tap, usually around 150 at your locations or so. And shout out to that staff. They took good care of us when we were there. Got a chance to talk to a few of the folks. It was interesting. Got the first beer served from them, barely a sliver ahead. So I asked our server, you guys, are you trained on how to pour, or is it are you told not to put a hat on? Because some places they don't want you to put a hat on. So I was kind of asking. I always like to find the experience out. And they were telling me how they have a thing that they're supposed to put on the glass that kind of measures out how much you're supposed to put into it, which is kind of like, guys are making it harder than you need to make it. It's like, seriously, just know how to pour, know when to stop, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, they were really cool. Finally got to try a Wells Work beer. That was on my list. It's had a great, fantastic sour from them. They actually provided me with the tasting of another sour while we were there. Ended up having one from our friends over at Lone Tree, had their red ale when I was at Yard House. So shout out to them. And then over the course of time, a couple other beers coming back. I went to the Great Divide Brewing at the airport in Denver. So I was able to have a few beers there. Had a nice rice lager from them called Samurai. So that was really tasty. And then I had another one that was a Pilsner. I can't remember the name of that one, but it was a Pilsner. So I didn't want to go too heavy, so I get on the plane and fly back and then drive a little bit home afterward. But nice job to Great Divide. Yeah. The sleep is no problem. It's just the driving that kicks in, right? So, but shout out to Great Divide at the Denver airport. If you get a chance and you're stuck out there, definitely check out their brewing. The place was packed. Obviously, one, it's a brewery in an airport, and what you usually do at the airport when you're waiting, you're going to probably drink. And two, it was World Cup, so a lot of people were jammed in watching the games. But they took solid care of us. So shout out to them. Shout out to you as well, Katrina. Thank you for joining us. Happy Saturday. And so nice middle part of the week, and now back here in Cincinnati. So as far as you, anything new happening on your end for some of the beers?
No, just we'll talk about it later. Talk to Revolution this week about they got a couple like events that are coming up, but also their new mix pack. And we're going to dive into that in a little bit. I'll have one of those beers. Just lining up some episodes coming up. I'm going to be talking about Homebrew Con that's happening right now as we speak. So that'll come out in a couple weeks. I've never heard of maple water, and I know Vanessa's probably watching, who's the maple person, but this company reached out to me, and like you see the cartons of coconut water. Well, this is made from maple trees out in the Poconos, and the owner was kind enough to send some my way. Pretty decent. I mean, very faint little like sweetness from the maple trees, but that was good. So I want to talk to her in the next week and drink this as a hydration product. Or also I'm thinking, I always put a little splash of water in my bourbon. Maybe I could use a little maple water in that for my Maker's Mark or something.
There you go. That's a good idea.
Your
do that there.
Video is like all twitchy, Rod. Like you look like Max Headroom.
Yeah, it's kind of weird right now. I think it's from one of these other programs. Let me turn this one off. Actually, I think it's the Stream Deck that's screwing up.
All right.
I think they did an update, so I'm just going to turn it off there. We should be set. Yeah. Getting back in the swing of things. Technology doesn't want to work with you when you need it. But what's nice? It's always nice when you hear the that sound of a beer being opened is always a nice sound to have. So I'm actually going to drink another one I have here. I forgot I had these still from Wolf's Ridge. I'm going to finish out one of these.
You have too many beers. If you could sit there and say, "Oh, I forgot I had this." Like the palatial Rod J. Beer Venture Estates, like in your beer cellar, you forget you have shit. That's when you know you have too much beer.
Yeah, you're right. You are definitely right, 110%. I was telling some people, Untappd, I usually where I track my beer list. If anybody wants to connect with me on Untappd, you can connect with me there, Rod J. Beer Ventures, and I think you can see the list I have, but I have, I think, 202 beers listed on there right now, which in itself seems like enough. But some of those beers aren't just single, right? You can only put it in one time. So it's like probably around 220, 225, I don't know. But, they're mainly all barrel-aged stouts and stuff that I can hold on to. Still drinking some of the IPA. Shout out to Firestone Walker. Still trying to finish off the 12-pack they sent us there, which I'm going to have a couple here as well of that. What was it? That was the what was the one they sent us, Dave? That was
maybe sent you. I didn't get any lately stuff from them.
Not lately. It was the one they sent before. It was the mixed 12-pack for the IPAs.
Oh yeah.
That was trying to think of the name of the beer now.
Like the Union Jack was in there, the Thunder something was in there.
As I say that, I'm pulling out like these like double Mad Tree Galaxy Highs, right? So no, I was thinking of the one. It was their IPA pack with the Galaxy Bender and yeah. So got some of those. I still got the Pale 31 as well. So just it's a good problem to have, folks. I mean,
first world problems. Well, I'm doing something from your state, Ohio. I saw this one today at my grocery store, of all things. Great Lakes out of Cleveland. This is Independence, an American double IPA. This is cheers to 250 years of independence with this bright double IPA that raises a glass to freedom. So 8%, pretty solid. I'll have to say it's pretty good. Picked it up today over at my grocery store.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah, so the one I'm having,
solid beer.
The Wolf's Ridge Daybreak, which you guys can see the review on the channel I did from this a while ago, but still had a few to finish here. It is their coffee vanilla cream ale. So being on a Saturday night, I don't mind a little coffee in the evening.
No.
I'll be all right. Yeah. So good
you
stuff.
To wake up in the morning.
Yeah. You make it up to the north part of Ohio, Wolf's Ridge, definitely recommend checking them out. They always do some really good stuff. So we're going to kick that into gear today. But so getting back into a few things here, for those of you that come around and hang out with us, we get into a lot of the different beer news, as I mentioned in the intro. And I'm going to go ahead and pull off something here. And thanks to me traveling, Dave was great on pulling some of the details out there on stuff that's happening around the beer world. So Anheuser-Busch investing $20 million in hometown St. Louis and Missouri facilities to drive local economic growth and fuel production of Mick Ultra. Interesting.
They're selling a lot of Mick Ultra, but I mean, hey, good for them. You invest in, the St. Louis area. That's good. St. Louis is always putting out good beers. I mean, both of us aren't huge fans of Mick Ultra, but hey, it's the number one selling beer in the country. So, do it. I'd rather see the, money and the jobs go here than somewhere else. So that's pretty cool to see from Anheuser-Busch or AB InBev or whatever they're called nowadays.
Yeah, whatever the name of that conglomerate out there. Opening a new technical skills trainer for employees, part of the company's $600 million commitment to strengthen American manufacturing. So, we joke around and we kid about some of the big macro breweries, but they do stimulate the economy as well. And these are the kind of things where, you can still say they do some stuff in the community, right? Because they're actually bringing jobs and opportunity there. So can't really be mad at them for that and everything. Mick Ultra, not really one, like you said, we usually drink that much. Maybe from time to time, it's got to be a limited quantity of what might be available that it's like, okay, I'll choose that one usually. But, I know a lot of people like to run and they like drinking a Mick Ultra after. So it's good for their cardio wind down, I guess.
Yeah.
But good news there for the people in St. Louis with some beer opportunities coming to town. And then we cross over to Indiana.
Yeah.
Where we have Upland. And Upland always does some pretty good stuff as well for a smaller craft brewery. So they are actually in the process of
it looks like they're buying
Floyd County Brewing.
Yeah. Southern Indiana. So that's cool. I mean, Upland always puts out good stuff. I personally have not heard of Floyd County, but if somebody's buying them out, a brewery like Upland, they've got to be good. You wouldn't buy them if they weren't. So it's good for them. Upland, they're in Bloomington. They do that beer that, did we talk about them when Indiana won the football NCAA football championship? They did that Hoosier beer. Upland's put out some other good stuff. So I'll have to talk. I got some kin in Southern Indiana in Evansville. I'll have to see what they know about this Floyd County.
Yeah, I was thinking, I thought I heard of Floyd County before, but I was thinking it might have been more distilling, but I'm wrong about that possibly. Or maybe they do brewery and distilling, but I do know the name. Because a lot of times you'll think Floyd, you think Three Floyds, which is also out of Indiana, but no, they are a separate entity for sure. But yeah, I'll have to see if I come across them, or Todd is down there in Indiana as well, which in a few weeks I'll be going to the Beer Tuber get together, which will be down in Indiana.
Oh, there you go.
Louisville. So maybe I have to check out, see what I can find out, some more details. Going to the field and doing the research.
Yeah.
And speaking of going to the field, it's fun. On the way out to Denver, it was one of those long enough flights where I could actually watch a movie, right? I flew Southwest out, so I watched Captain America, the one with the Red Hawk with Harrison Ford, on the way out.
Oh, okay.
But then coming back, I watched Twisters. I don't know if you've seen that. Like, it's supposed to be the sequel to Twister.
Oh, no, I haven't seen the sequel.
Yeah.
I saw the original,
Yeah, and it was just like they didn't really connect the two together. But yet in Twisters, they still have a machine that's like Dorothy 5.
Yeah.
And so the main character, she's just like, is she like the niece of the Helen Hunt character? She's not the daughter because they showed her mom. And I'm like, how did this get like kind of a big plot gap missing in there?
Yeah.
And it was a little bit hokey and stuff, but they had some pretty good action parts to the movie as well. But I was a fan of the Twister movie. This one was an airplane flight. It was one of those, if you're laid on a couch, you may just lay there and not want to change the channel. You just hang in there type thing. But I'm glad I wouldn't have went to the theater. If I went to the theater and paid for it, I wouldn't have been as happy. So
yeah. That's one, you're on the couch and you fall asleep, you're okay with it.
Yeah. Which I did want to go to the movie at some point, take the wife to go see Disclosure Day. And she was asking about the ratings. The ratings was supposed to be pretty decent, but apparently he's getting panned by a lot of people now. So
all right.
I don't know. Steven Spielberg doesn't usually make a bad movie. So
no.
But I guess he's entitled to make one now at this point.
Yeah, every now and then, Barry Bonds struck out every now and then. You know,
Yeah.
Tony
Once in a
Gwynn
while,
popped up, you know, it happens. Yeah.
like every craft brewery throws one out there sometimes. And you're like,
Yeah.
really? This is what you're putting out now? So yeah. If anybody's entitled to probably a mistake, it's probably him for all classics he's done. So but yeah, so taking a look. Also, keeping it over there, and speaking of Floyd's, we have 3 Floyd's brewing, and we have the Dark Lord Day approaching up here as well, which you were able to see that was out there too.
Yeah, this is like a 30, Dark Lord 30. So this is like obviously the 30th anniversary of 3 Floyd's. And this is going to be a bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout brew with coffee and natural vanilla. They're going to put this out in 12-ounce bottles. So that's something a little different from your Dark Lords, which are usually those bombers with the wax. So I'm really excited about that. 14.5%. I mean, it's Dark Lord. It's going to be good. So hopefully I can get my hands on that. Maybe it'll be a little easier since it'll be in the 12-ounce bottle. Maybe it's something more widely released since this is a big anniversary for them, 30 years.
Yeah. And that's like Firestone Walker now on their 30th anniversary. And I haven't cracked their 30th anniversary beer open yet, but I'm imagining it's going to be a pretty good banger for sure. And I was thinking it was the 3 Floyd's Day, but they're going to release this probably before 3 Floyd's Day, it looks like.
Well, Dark Lord Day, didn't it just happen? It's always like May.
Oh, it happened.
Dark Lord Day is always like in May. So I'm thinking this is going to be like just an anniversary deal. So this should be pretty good.
All right. Roasted espresso, charred oak, caramelized sugar, and silky vanilla over the stout's massive body. Sounds
Sorry
like a romance
if I'm going
novel.
off camera. If you're watching, I'm going off camera and muting every now and then. Got a little cold. I don't think anybody wants to hear me cough or blow my nose. So if I go dark for a second, you know why.
Dave's getting a little congested over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that does sound to be a tasty one to keep an eye out for when that gets released. So 3 Floyd's Dark Lord anniversary. And shout out to Matthew. Cheers.
Matthew, what's going on?
And you guys drinking some beers out there, let us know what you're drinking. Drop a comment in the comment section as well. And also any feedback on the news or stories that we're sharing, always feel free to comment. Oh, that beer's hitting. Nice cream ale. Yeah, that's going down easy.
How's that with the coffee?
It's good. You get the coffee spice kick from it. So you're picking up the coffee notes, that ground coffee type feel to it. And you got that vanilla tone in there as well. And, I feel like cream ales are one of those styles that does get passed over. People look past it sometimes. It's a great style, especially at this time of year. Which, hey, today's the longest day of the year, by the way, folks. So after this starts getting darker again, a little earlier.
Next thing you know, it'll be 4:30. It'll be dark again. Shit, Rod, you just ruined our whole weekend.
Let's mess with the clocks again, right? So but yeah, it's very nice, and ABV on this one here is just 5%. So you can throw a few of those back and be okay. At least I can. I think you probably can. If it's over your level, folks, know your level for sure. But usually that's a safe thing. That's just your blood level. Dragon's Milk Stout. Very nice.
Nice.
Always a nice one to enjoy. And if Vanessa's here, she's not here yet because she would have saw that. She would have commented because that's her favorite beer to actually drink. So
speaking of that, when I picked up this Great Lakes today, my Jewel had some Dragon's Milk today, and I almost grabbed it. But I'm like, I want to stay a little. So I grabbed the double IPA. Should have just grabbed the Dragon's Milk. But no, Great Lakes is always good. But I was surprised to see my grocery store having Dragon's Milk. It was just the base. They didn't have a variant. But I'm like, look at my grocery store here.
Yeah. Well, see, you could have grabbed it and kept it on hand, right? So because
11%,
you'll be okay.
Yeah. See, I remember when I talked to the barrel manager at Revolution, and he was like, drink them now. They're not getting any better. The day they are put in the can is the best they will ever be. I gotta listen to the man. This man knows more about barrel aging than any of us ever will. And if he says these are to be consumed immediately, I'm gonna listen to him.
Yeah, but then it goes to taste preferences too, right? Because barrel aged, I've had some fresh and I've had some aged, and it does smooth out in some ways. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely good to go as soon as you get them,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's a matter of how you want to, how you want to enjoy it in your world. Everybody
Yes.
enjoys differently. So I would say follow your palate. So
Yeah.
but yeah, if I didn't have as many beers, I would have got through some of the barrel aged. I'm not holding it just to hold it. That's just I got too many beers on hand. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I can't spend every night over like
Yeah.
4 months drinking a Goose Island bourbon.
Yeah,
County
you don't want to
Stout.
go into a program or anything.
Right. Yeah. I don't think I can show up at work the next morning every time
Yeah.
I'm doing one of those. But yeah. Let's see here. Oh, Wisconsin.
Hmm.
Some beer and some cheese.
Oh man, I love me some cheese curds.
Yeah. So they got some stuff happening out there where they're doing a festival this weekend, putting the cheese curds with some beer pairing. This is one you came across as well.
Yeah, so it's next weekend, Ellsworth.
next
I'm not sure
weekend.
exactly where Ellsworth, Wisconsin is, but they're doing a cheese curd festival. How do you go wrong? You don't even have to have beer. You sold me on cheese curd festival, but it was like, according to this article, it was the number 4 best specialty food festival in the nation last year. Huge thing. Cheese curds in Wisconsin. That's like the main food, but they've got all these different cheese curds here: cinnamon, sugar, garlic, truffle. But they're doing like beer tastings too, so you could have different cheese curds with different beers. I don't know. Sign me up for that. I might have to pull up the TomTom or whatever it is and find out how to get my ass to Ellsworth next weekend.
Yeah, June 26th to June 27th. There you go. Ellsworth, East End Park. Mix of classic outlaw and red dirt country. Oh, that's a headliner for the songs and music.
Yeah.
So they got musical acts that are playing there, which is good. Interesting.
I mean, now they got a website here, cheesecurdfestival.com.
Okay.
I mean, I love a good cheese curd. Like, there's a couple breweries here that put out some great ones. Like, we always talk about Bad Apple. Bad Apple has some good cheese curds, but Old Irving in Chicago, if you're listening in the Chicago area, if you're at Old Irving, all the food at Old Irving is great, but don't sleep on the cheese curds. The cheese curds are damn good at Old Irving.
Well, you can't do poutine without having cheese curds involved.
Yeah.
So, and I am a fan of poutine. So
Yeah.
Let's see. And it is that season to do a little fishing for folks. And you actually found the best beers as selected here for actually fishing as well. So that's kind of an interesting thing in itself too.
Like fishing always strikes me. That's like a macro, a light American lager. Like, you're not going to go fishing and be pounding down barrel age when you're on the boat.
Well, you shouldn't.
Yeah, you shouldn't, especially if you're driving the boat.
I'm thinking maybe if you're deep sea fishing and someone else is doing it, maybe you might get away with it. But yeah, it wouldn't be the wisest of moves to make.
Yeah.
To do that. But deep sea fishing here, Busch Light. Let's see, scroll
Where's
down.
Bumwine?
Yeah, where's Bumwine Bob on that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it give other ones on here too besides?
Yeah, it's got Busch Light. Like, they even have Sierra Nevada here.
Yeah, we roll down here.
Springfest IPA, Sweetwater.
Yeah, Spring. Now I've had Springfest IPA.
Yeah, that's
before.
good.
That's the good one there.
Yeah.
Sweetwater, Salt Life, Living Salty. I haven't had that one. Living Salty.
Yeah, lager. So hey, sign me up for that.
Why is perfect? Salt enhances refreshment on hot days. Lime keeps it crisp. Designed for water activities. Okay, so it's going to kind of that salt back into it. So I'd be interested in checking that out. So these are the 4, but they had Keystone Light on there. I had to go and put the Keystone Light on, but it is budget friendly.
You're on a boat. You're fishing.
Why not Milwaukee's Best Light? Milwaukee's Best was always not Milwaukee's Best. Old Milwaukee.
Yeah,
they were always known for fishing beer. So Old Milwaukee Light.
God, I remember it's been forever. I mean, I used to fish all the time. The last time I fished was 2010, and it was like we went down to Galveston and, save your Charles Barkley jokes about Galveston, but like we got to grab some beer. So we went to some Walmart. And this is before they called it Voodoo Ranger. It was just Ranger IPA. And that was like the only.
Yes. Oh, did I freeze up? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Mic check 1, 2. I think I froze maybe. Let's see here. Oh, trying to come back. Hello, maybe Dave froze out. If you guys can hear me, let me know. Drop a comment there. See what's happening. Oh, it was Dave on the internet. Okay, so y'all guys heard me. All right, so Dave said internet went down. Be right back. All right, so we'll let Dave get all situated. But it's interesting list here on the fish and beers. This is always the fun things about when you go live, when you get these surprises and things take place that you have no control over. It just kind of happens. It does also list on here 10 more craft beers great for fishing. You have Trogs, there's Sunshine, Salt and Lime Lager, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale National Park Series. And the Sierra Nevada National Park Series is one that I just recently came across. If you haven't seen it, there's a mixed 12-pack, and you can pick up the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale National Park beers. You get 3 of each of the 4. And I think, Dave, you're back now as well. All right. I know if it was
Yeah,
you
I think my internet
made.
just went down. So I had to tap into my phone because I'm like, uh-oh, my internet just went down.
Oh, okay. Well, it must have been on your end then, because on my end, I was like, then you disappeared, but you said the internet. I was sitting there talking, like I didn't know if I was up or not. But yeah. Well, you guys had that storms coming through your way before they hit us, I think, in a bit. So that might be it.
No, Ruby modem to get me to stop drinking. So it's probably Ruby. Modem, like, fuck you. You got to stop drinking.
Let's go on, Ruby. Let Dave drink. But I was talking about 10 more of the craft beers great for fishing. Also have the Dogfish Head Sea Quench Ale. The one beer on the list I don't really talk about, but Kona Big Wave Golden Ale. The Narragansett Lager. I just did a review on Narragansett, actually. Shout out to Jaws and Quint, but Narragansett Lager, Yingling. Yingling's always kind of a solid standby for like a beer like that. And Goose Island 312, Chicago represent. I haven't had 312 in ages, so.
Yeah, because it's made in Pennsylvania. Anymore. I haven't.
What? I think you broke up there a little bit.
No, I'm here.
Okay, you're coming through like you're on CB, old CB or something. That's all, or NASA from the moon. Oh, there we go. Dave dropped back out. He'll drop back in again. But yeah. So if you're a fisherman or a fisherwoman or just like to fish, whatever, how you want to say it, here's some beer ideas you can actually do when you go out. But also know the rules of your state. Like it mentions here in Pennsylvania, you can only drink when you're anchored or docked. So we don't want the wildlife department sneaking up on you and giving you a citation or anything. So just know the rules of the water as well. And we'll wait see if Dave gets back in here in a second. Go ahead. Most finish this first one here with the Daybreak going down real nice. Again, cream ale, one of those styles that could actually definitely be enjoyed more by folks. And take a look here. And I was waiting for him the other one that he found, which has been interesting in itself, considering, we always think that we drink a lot of beer, but apparently, apparently not versus Scotland. Scottish folks seem to be, I wouldn't say they're the kings of beer drinking, because I know people in Czech Republic kind of usually lead that all the time, but you take a look here, and all right, I think Dave's coming back. And you take a look about Scotland. If you haven't heard, apparently Scotland's been crushing the bars in Boston as they are running out of beer with Scotland playing up there and the people visiting. So they went to the Boston Tap Room, drank them pretty much dry, went to some of the other local bar spots, drank them pretty much dry. So in the realm of drinking in Scotland, the Scottish folks are drinking everybody out of beer up in that area. So
how do you tap out Sam Adams?
That's a good question, but they were able to do it. They just been drinking like crazy. So you would think maybe they would drink scotches. No, they're drinking the beers. They're drinking the beers.
But the one thing I put in our notes, and I don't know this, I'm not a big fan of the soccer team in Scotland, but these people travel all over, and every match they donate a ton of money to different children's cancer charities and all of that. And the other night in the Boston area, I've seen this before. There's this children's cancer hospital there, and every night people shine flashlights in the window to let the kids know that people think about them. So all these drunken Scottish guys are out there shining a flashlight to support these kids. So they're not just drunkards, they're drunkards with a good heart.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, to what you were saying there, I hadn't broke that out yet, but yeah, the Tartan Army has done this 112 times since 2003. Each away game, a donation to a children's charity, no politics, just tradition. This week in Providence, 10,000 to Hasbro Children's Hospital, 6,500 to a local pipe band, 5,000 for men's mental health. Last night, like you said, they set out with the good night lights and the flashlights for Children's Hospital. So great call. I mean, it's great they're doing that, having a cause behind it as well. So shout out to them for doing that. But yeah, I was saying before you got back on, we consider, a lot of us do drink a lot, but Scotland seems to be the country that just kind of gets out there. Maybe it's the kilt. Maybe having the kilt and having that freedom down there, you can just keep.
I need to start wearing one of those. There was also the week before, when they were coming over, I don't even think the plane left European airspace, and they already drank the plane dry. They weren't even over water yet. Then the flight attendants are dude, we're out.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I remember hearing about the World Cup that at one point they were talking about maybe not letting some of the Scots in, and I don't know if this was one of the crux with it or what, but well, they're putting money in the economy though, so you got to love it for that. Yeah,
Trump's got to let them in. They're white.
Yeah. Tartan Army. Oh, they're the anti-Troika. Okay, did not know that. JT, happy Saturday to you, my friend. So
JT, cheers, brother.
So shout out to them for what they're doing and keeping things rolling. That's just a lot of beer. I mean, they're just drinking a lot of beer. And then we also had, what you saw was the trinkets is usually a word not usually used for a good thing, but we had the craft beer trinkets.
The water was cold.
So that's kind of an interesting thing. Let me pull that one up here. Yeah, I was in the pool. Classic Seinfeld episode there. If you haven't seen that one, see that episode. That's
but I thought this was interesting. Some of your craft beer 16-ounce cans, they're starting to put them. Some places are putting them in the 12-ounce can. So we'll see what happens there. But I don't know if you're going from a 4-pack of 16s to a 4-pack of 12s, you better knock the price down. If you're going to a 6-pack of 12s, then, I could see the same price, but
yeah, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like going to a 4-pack of 12 because I feel like I should have a 6-pack then.
Yeah.
Like a 4-pack of 16. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But interesting.
That was off of my Beer Buzz news. We'll see. I just thought it was kind of interesting. Like, oh, what's going on with this?
Yeah. They kind of give a breakdown on some of the stuff here, moving from maximalism hype to intentional execution and consistency. 12-ounce cans for better value perception and shelf efficiency. Resurgence of lagers, pilsners, and low ABV sessionable beers. But they're low ABV and stuff like that, so I'd rather keep it as a 6.
I've seen some where like I've gone to whatever at the bottle shop or whatever, like grocery store, and I picked up what I'm thinking is the 6-pack of 12-ounce, and it's a 4-pack, and I'm like, I don't know. This better be like, if you're a 4-pack of 12-ounce cans, they better be Imperial.
Yeah. They also said primary driver behind the shift is the need to hit specific psychologically resonant price point. So they're shrinking the Snickers bar, folks. They're going to make you pay the same.
Going to be going to fun size beer at Halloween.
Right. Allows the consumer to walk away with a familiar, substantial feel impact for beer for under 15 to 17. I do that now, though.
Yeah.
So I guess depends on where you're at or whatever. So interesting. We'll see how that actually affects things with the shrinkage.
Yeah.
Not going to say I'm all on board for that one.
Yeah.
What I am on board for is another beer.
All right.
Oh, you were making that up, he said. Okay. Well, if they would have been, that'd have been fine. That'd have been, would have showed their good heart.
Yeah.
I am going to reach in. Excuse me while I whip this out. I'll play the Saddle classic movie.
Yeah.
With about another beer. I'm going to actually rock the Firestone Walker here for a bit.
Well, you're doing that. We can talk about the next segment here about Revolution. They've come out with a new mix.
Well, you jumping ahead now.
Well, I'm jumping ahead now because I already poured it, so I figured while it's in my glass.
Okay.
So Revolution Brewing here in Chicago just put out a new Cold Time mix pack. Cold Time they put this out a couple years ago. It's just a classic, what I call craft lagers. Solid 4%. This one is 4.8%. Really good beer, but they have 3 others in the variety mix pack. They have an amber that's really good, an export, which is a little higher ABV, which if you're in the Chicagoland or the Midwest area, like I'm assuming you are, if you're watching this, you remember Special Export from Heilemann. That's kind of what I equate the export version of the Cold Time. And then they have a dry, which is a rice lager. That's fantastic. So I'm just having the OG right now. Really, really good. They put it out last week at Revolution, and it's going to be wherever you pick up your Revolution beer. So you'll be able to get it at your grocery stores, Binny's, places like that. But if you're a fan of good lagers, Cold Time's the way to go because that's really good.
So the beer itself, here's what the 12-pack actually looks like with the 4 beers inside and 3 of each. The premium, the amber, the export, and the crisp rice lager. So
like I would definitely say amongst the 4, and I've had all 4 this week, the rice lager is probably my favorite. The amber, I mean, they're all good, but if I were just to see that rice lager on its own, like individual 6-pack, I could definitely see that being like a fridge staple because that's just crushable. All of that. I have one more in here. I'll have that in a little bit, but That's just a great beer. Just easy drinking for the summer. You're out throwing some burgers or brats on the grill. You want to have a couple beers and not get too messed up. That's the way to go.
Yeah, only 4% ABV, so it's the lowest ABV of all.
Yeah. The export, I think, was what, 5.6, 5.8, something like that. But still decent.
5.8 on the export.
5.8,
yeah. It just started hitting stores here in June 2026, so still pretty much fresh for everything there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you gotta get the Revolution beers, and definitely something here to check out. And we pretty much all know Revolution does a great job on the beers themselves.
Yeah.
So,
if you listen to my show that'll come out tomorrow night, I'm going to have all 4 of those beers and talk to Kim. Blah, blah, blah. Have another couple double IPAs, Dave. I talked to Kim Zabrik from Revolution, and they got some cool events coming up. But no, this mix pack's good stuff.
Excellent. And pouring my beer right now, as you can hear.
Yes.
So again, this is the Firestone Walker Pale 31 that they brought back ahead of the anniversary. Drinking Orange Door IPA, my sketchbook. Nice, out of Evanston.
I haven't had Orange Door in a minute. That's a good beer.
Yeah. Wasn't it Beyond the Red Door? Oh, no, that was a different thing. Not different.
No, you're thinking of like Maryland Chambers and shit.
Maybe. Back in the 70s with that.
Yeah, that's why it's like sick fucks hooked up. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing in there? Nothing.
Yeah. Where'd all my tube socks go? Don't worry about it.
Try to catch that in between when the cable was sideways because you didn't have cable. Yeah.
Squiggly porn. Yeah.
Lying to your buddy, I saw something. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. Yeah. But it's hard to be anywhere and not talk about AI, right? So AI is just kind of popping up on all kinds of things, and you came across how it's actually changing beer now. So that's a interesting topic in itself.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I talked about this a few months ago, and it's like you're wondering when breweries are going to start using ChatGPT or Claude or whatever's out there to like start coming up with recipes, because you could imagine, like, I just did it and I was effing around on ChatGPT a couple months ago, and I'm like, if I wanted to make a beer similar to Old Irving Beezer, I wanted to make a good hazy IPA similar to breweries in Chicago. This came out, and it didn't take but 5 seconds to spit out a recipe for me. So, like, you wonder, like, there's plenty of stuff on the internet where you could find stuff, but, if breweries are lazy or people just getting into it to make a buck and like, hey, I want to come out with a beer that tastes like Sierra Nevada Pale Ale or, Julius or, something like that, or Pliny the Elder, it's going to give you the damn recipe or something very similar. So you just wonder what's going on. I mean, I would rather have the human do it, but I don't know. If you don't know the difference, you don't know the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I knew there were some breweries that have been messing around with it, and here it does make mention of Asbury Park up in New Jersey doing it, Atwater in Detroit doing it as well, the Night Shift out of Boston also doing it too. So I think it's coming down the pike. I think there's people definitely experimenting with it or using it to maybe tweak something up to see how something may, if they want to go a certain way, what to kind of have expectation on before they actually test it. I mean, you have to, I think at some point, take in AI. What you do with it is going to be your call, but I think at some point you have to be using it in some way or some form. I think that's just going to be what the future holds down the line with it. So it's not going anywhere. You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
No. But it's weird. And like, I know we both used it, like our cover art. Obviously, you're in Cincinnati, I'm in Chicago. So we've only met in person one time. So obviously, our cover art is a composite of,
a picture. Yeah.
yeah, both of us. I mean, I've used it for research to like pull up stuff if I'm using on a specific topic, because that part is helpful, and it does give you all like the research, and it gives you the notes, and then you could adapt it to whatever you want. But I don't know, like if I knew a brewery was like, if this beer recipe was AI, I don't know if I drink it. I would rather trust the person, in the brew house. I would rather trust their instinct, but I don't know. Maybe that's me because I'm just old.
Well, I don't know. Their instinct might actually be what's leading them to try certain things to come up with an idea still. It's just they're now putting it in to get the formula or a recipe, and they're going to have to tweak it as a human way, most likely. Now, whether or not some of the ones with deeper pockets, some of the bigger breweries can do more, that'll be interesting to see. But I think, it's, if it provides an enhancement and can help a brewery out, if the might be tough or something, or they're kind of need to get assistance that way, it's kind of just hard to penalize them on it. I do worry about the brewers themselves, though. Like, it's just something down the line where you start seeing some brewers get replaced by these programs. But I think you still need a brewer somewhere involved to make sure, because the computer can't taste, the computer can't tell how it's actually going through when they got to pull it and make sure it's on pace for stuff.
Yeah, every brewing system is different, and every one has, it's like a car, your barbecue grill. Every mechanical item has its idiosyncrasies, and if I'm on the grill, I know what's my hot spot, what's my cool spot, so I know how to cook on my grill. Every brewing system, I'm sure, is the same way. They all have their quirks, and AI is never going to know that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what comes into play. So it'll be, no one knows how far it can actually push. We're to the point now where we have cars that don't have drivers, which not working out from what I'm seeing still. So
we got these. All right, I work at O'Hare. We have motorized driverless wheelchairs, so you could sit in a wheelchair, and it goes like, I walk faster than this wheelchair. And I'm like, please just run me over, because I will retire right there. You will find me splat out on the floor. If this thing taps me, I'm going to flop like LeBron James, like Caitlin Clark. I'm going to flop. Boom. And it's just really slow. But I'm like, how do you know you even have the right person, that you're taken to the right gate? And it makes like this weird sound. But I'm like, somebody, if you need a wheelchair, you're probably a little older. You probably just sit down. How does this wheelchair know that you're Dave going to Cincinnati as opposed to you're Steve going to Cleveland, and it drops you off at the wrong gate? I don't know. Yeah, no, it's a good call on that. You just, but run me over. I'm going to try to walk in front of that motherfucker.
Sadly, I saw a story on the news earlier this evening where one of the self-driving Tesla cars, I guess, where it was an autopilot, drove into the house and killed a 78-year-old woman out west. It's just like, and you see, like, what is the Waygo, those ones that get stuck and blocking intersections and just doing a circle because it's lost on this GPS. And then like, some people have got like locked in the car, they can't get out, and like the car is still running, so it won't open the doors. So you're like just stuck in there. Like, someone free me.
Yeah. Oh, if I knew those were around Chicago, I'd be painting like Wile E. Coyote tunnels and stuff over something to confuse it.
Well, I know in Chicago, with some of your taxi cab drivers, I think they're going to run them off the road if they see them.
Oh, yeah.
Steer them down the alleyway and beat the hell out of it. So,
the rats will get them in our alleys.
True facts.
Yeah.
So, interesting one. that I also saw here, and you know this brewery is the Minocqua Brewing up in Wisconsin. So they're actually lost a suit against the Wisconsin government over seizure of 1,200 beer cans. I don't know if you saw that or not, but they had basically, it was the Wisconsin Department, I guess, of Revenue or whatever, that basically came in and raided one of their spots and took, like, they said about $25,000 worth of beer that they're trying to collect now for damages because it was being done like out of state or whatever. So kind of interesting that to waste time, kind of in my book, going after a brewery when we know how many breweries do contract brewing, right? So
yeah,
they had a contract brewer that was doing this, and like, is that going to be something we start seeing more of in some of these areas as they're trying to, because each state controls their alcohol department. So it's just kind of an interesting thing to see them waste time to go after them because they were doing contract brewing with someone out of state.
Yeah, like, you know, the state and that area around the brewing company loves to mess with Minocqua. Minocqua loves to poke the bear. So I don't know who I could blame in this. I mean, I have Minocqua stuff. I drink out of a Minocqua coffee cup every morning. I have a Minocqua pint glass. I mean, not today, but I mean, I do support them, but part of me is also like, you keep poking the bear, sometime the bear is going to swing back.
Yeah. It's funny, the t-shirts advertising drinking bootlegged beer. Another reason, Al Capone is nothing on the Minocqua Brewing Company. Yeah, you're definitely poking the bear when you're selling that kind of merchandise out there to folks as well. So kind of can put yourself in a little jeopardy. But I just, again, contract brewing isn't like it's something illegal. I mean, you got to make sure, I guess, all the state I's are dotted and the T's crossed, but it's common.
I mean, Wisconsin's like the king of contract brewing around the country. You have, what is it, Octopi up there that contract brews for everybody.
Yeah, they do. And I think Rhinelander does stuff for Trader Joe's and a few other ones. So it might be something against this brewery. It might just be that, you know, kind of got under the crawl or whatever with them.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting too, with Wisconsin, they decided to choose a Wisconsin official beer or brewery, I guess. So 3 Sheeps chosen for Wisconsin's official America 250 beer, which is interesting because if you ask anybody, like, who do you know out of Wisconsin as far as beer or maybe craft beer goes, I think a lot of people would think of New Glarus, right? So I wonder how they're feeling about not getting selected there. And that's a craft. Of course, obviously you have bigger brewers there too, but it just was interesting to see like 3 Sheeps get named as the official.
Yeah, I mean, hey, good for them. I mean, the stuff I've had from 3 Sheeps has been good. Maybe the others didn't want part of it because, you know, a lot of this 250 stuff seems very partisan. So maybe other, like, Minocqua probably wasn't going to put anything out for this. So, you know, maybe it was just partisan, but, you know, hey, good for 3 Sheeps. You know, the stuff I've had from them has been good. I'm not going to badmouth them. I'm not going to badmouth the beer. I haven't had it. You know, hopefully it's good. I like the Stay Golden name, which is kind of like a riff on the Golden Girls too. So, you know, I'll never say anything bad about the Golden Girls.
No, you can't do that, right?
No.
Yeah, it said, you know, and they were humble, and among all the incredible breweries in the state, it's an honor to be asked to make Wisconsin's official beer. So, you know, they definitely took it in stride there, so they're excited for the opportunity. The beer they created is known as Stay Golden, which is Paulie's call and nod some of the great beers of the past, including Kingsbury Pale Ale. So, yeah, good for them. For getting the opportunity to do that. But again, they're not the first one when you think of Wisconsin that probably comes to mind if you wanted somebody for an official beer. Because you also had, like, Leinenkugel was up there too, if you're looking at a major company as well. So
yeah, hey, it's good that, you know, they picked like a smaller brewery. You didn't pick some big behemoth. So I mean, good for them.
Yeah. So they were actually picked. This other brewery was not picked. They just decided they're the most 250th beer out there. So, and that's Pabst Blue Ribbon. They declared itself the most American beer.
Yeah,
We've been red, white, and blue.
Pull that article up, so that one's on you.
Yeah, so they said we're already red, white, and blue. We've been red, white, and blue as one of their reasons. They don't have to release an American flag because of that. According to folklore, Pabst bestowed the great nation with his first six-pack in the 1940s. Nice. Cracking a can of Pabst Blue Ribbon resembles the sound of a V8 engine. This is what they're saying, not me. This is what they're saying. Of all the blue ribbons in America, Pabst is the one you think of first. So that's why they said they deserve to be the 250th beer, I guess, for the country. They're actually releasing the Freedom Packs. They'll be limited to 4,000 packs nationwide. Alongside this declaration, Pabst also dropping some serious merch later this month to commemorate 250 and celebrate the nation that's been drinking it all along. So the up here is the picture you can see. So this is going to be the Freedom Pack. It's going to be 250 ounces of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer for your enjoyment. So there you go.
That's a lot of beer.
Yeah, it's a lot of Pabst. Yeah,
that's a lot of PBR.
Yeah, but if you're going if it comes out before July 4th and you're going to the barbecue, pick up one that brings it a party, I guess. So
that's going to be really warm by the time you get to ounce number 241.
You need to get one of those big, like usually at the hockey games, you get those big holders you can put the beer in, kind of the tap on. You need to do something to keep it cold. But yeah, you're going to need a bigger cooler, like a bigger boat, bigger cooler.
Yeah.
But Pabst Blue Ribbon. And I don't really got anything against Pabst. I'll enjoy a Pabst here and there. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right, JT. One of the better macros. Yeah, it definitely is. I agree. Like I said, like if they're ready, red, white, and blue. So they're like, hey, we're ready. We're ready for the party. Let's go.
Yeah, we've been ready for 100 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab another one real quick.
All right. I did not know they were seen as having the first one for a 6-pack though. So that's interesting. Always finding out some interesting trivia, so to speak. Then we also had another one I'm going to pull up here. We did the Revolution. And this is kind of going back to a topic, so I'll give Dave a second to come back before I get into this one here. Oh, you're back already. He's fast, folks. He is fast. Back. All right. So this one here, this is out of Missouri. Oh, out of Missouri. Broadway Brewery. They actually find what they're saying strength and diversification. So in the past, we've had a lot of conversations kind of talking about things to increase to get opportunity there at the breweries. And they make note in this story, like where some places are seeing some stuff down, like they're talking about for them, they found diversification to be a key thing. And by saying diversification, they were talking about going beyond just having the good beer, having the whole experience, so to speak. So it's another story that kind of brings in what we've kind of discussed previously, the beer, the food, the live events, like here, the music. The industry is facing that shifting thing. It's, again, getting back to a brewery kind of being an entertainment venue, and you've got to actually be able to put something together that all can partake in, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole atmosphere. It's the experience. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm doing a piece on the dive bar where there's no experience, but a lot of people want, you know, something more than that. They want the food. They want the music. They want events. They want something else.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do whatever you got to do to, like, pay the bills.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's getting to a point where breweries are in that same space now, fighting over that entertainment dollar, so to speak. When people want to go out and spend somewhere, they have to feel that it's actually worth. They have to feel that the cost they're putting out is going to bring them the experience they want, right? So having a place that has different things taking place, you know, whether it's trivia nights or whether it's an open mic night or a comedy night or a live band or different food pairing. Like we saw like for the one festival, but some breweries do it themselves with like cheese and beer pairings, or Girl Scout cookie and beer pairings, or whatever it may be, chicken wing and beer pairings. You have to have something to kind of make it just that much more of an experience nowadays. So it's interesting. But again, this just goes to what we've kind of been talking about. And in fact, more recent, a couple of the videos I've put on the channel talking about the changing part of the craft beer world. So it was an interesting piece I thought we'd share. JT says, I saw a list of states where the most craft beer brewed. Was quite surprising. Maine and Vermont in the top 5. Well, yeah. It's so funny. Like, you think about the North, we're going to talk about the upper Northeast here, the second New England states. There's not as many people out there, but they do so many different types of beer. They're just known to be
but Allagash covers Maine. I mean, they're a worldwide brewery.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's kind of like you have Allagash, but you got the Treehouse, you got the
Maine Brewing Company with lunch,
Alchemist and stuff like that. But some of them you have to actually go to get to it. But it's just, it's just the name grows. The Burlington Burlington Brewing Company, and some of the other ones out there. You just kind of know when you see New England on a beer can, it's worth a try, because they're probably going to be just that good for what they actually do up there. So, but the Broadway Brewery find success by diversifying. Third time
you
was
say
the
that
charm.
about New England, and I'm gonna pull up a link here real quick so you can keep talking. But like the New England, yes, I'm over 21. Jesus Christ, been over 21 for fucking 40 years. But like, if you look at in the New England style IPAs at the Great American Beer Festival, more awards have been won by this little state I live in called Illinois.
Illinois done okay for itself, right? Just saying, right? Yeah. Illinois done well for itself. JT said, Dave, have you heard of Demo Brewing on the corner of Berteau and Ravenswood?
I have been there a couple of times. Right when they opened, and my old therapist used to be right across the street, and I now have a new therapist. But yes, I've been there. It's been pretty decent. Small batch. The first time I thought it was really good. The couple other times they were decent. They weren't bad by any stretch of the imagination. They were decent, but it's been a while since I've been there.
Okay. Yeah, it's apparently they do small batch, which I love breweries that do small batch stuff, because they're experimenting. Like, other stuff you're not going to actually see out there. It always makes it fun. So this one was interesting. Kind of came across as we prepared for stuff. 12 light beers that aren't worth the cooler space.
Oh, God. Shit. Bumwine, where are you right now?
So these are light beers that Matt said you don't really want in your cooler, right? So, and I've had a few of these, and I'm going to agree with a few over there too.
I have never even heard of this, seen this one right here.
Never heard of Beer 30 Light, but if you happen to see it out there, you might be one you want to stay away from.
That beer has, like, you're going to get chlamydia or herpes after you drink this beer. You are not walking away from a 30-pack of that without getting a penicillin shot. And maybe it's a good beer. I'm just saying you're hooking up with somebody you shouldn't.
Well, like it says, as one Redditor put it, Beer 30 is the beer where the only thing that could think to advertise about the beer was that there were 30 of them. So if that gives you an indication, I mean, nobody says that about Hams, and Hams has their 30-pack, People are like, Hams is a decent one. Apparently, Beer 30 Light is not.
One reviewer describes it as tasting of sour wine, body odor, and skunked beer. Another says it's the worst excuse for an alcoholic beverage I have ever had the misfortune to imbibe. No. I will drink Malort straight before I drink that shit.
Well, you do that anyway, but
yeah, well.
But the average beer advocate rated a 1.66 out of 5. So if that gives you an indication right there. It's made by the Melanie Brewing Company in Wisconsin. You're in a state that makes good beer. I don't know. Maybe they didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
No,
It's got a lot of table sugar in it.
It's known for its cheapness and not much else. So yeah. So if you happen to see that one out
We
there,
gotta get bum
buyer
wine
beware.
we got to get bum wine on the case for this.
Around 50 cents a can. So now I know Bum Wine has had this one a few times, the Keystone Light.
Yeah.
Keystone Light is cheap. I got no problem really with Keystone Light. I mean, you're not expecting to knock the cover off the ball with it, but
yeah,
it's in that grouping of those light type beers. So I can't say I had a really terrible experience, although this one person describes it as just another can of polluted water. The one beer that
you didn't have an exceptional experience, but you didn't have a good experience with that.
No, I was just it was a passing moment, so to speak.
No,
and after one, you pass, go to another one, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's Keystone Light's on the list. Natural Light,
never. I can't say I've had a Natty Light in 30 years.
yeah, Natty Lights. I mean, I don't know. It's again, if you're going into it with high expectation, you'll be very disappointed. But if you know it is what it is, you know, it's kind of like if you're in a golf outing and they're like free beer and it's going to be Natty Light, you're probably going to drink a couple after the golf outing. So,
and you're not going to wake up feeling good.
No, you might have a headache. You might have a headache. So
that
know
is
how far you can go
right there.
Yeah.
God, the next one sucked.
Yeah, this one I had in Canada when we did a get together in Niagara. Don't even go near this one. This is terrible.
Damn, that was brutal.
So like 55, it's just like Budweiser put it out there just to mess with people, I think. So
yeah,
55 calories. Yeah, you're gonna taste every one of them too.
I piss 56 calories.
Yeah, it says tastes like is one of the many less than favorable reviews on Beer Advocate. So
yeah,
more than one reviewer referred to it as the worst or the grossest beer ever made. So yeah, Milwaukee's Best Light. It's tough enough to keep Milwaukee's Best in it, but then they go light. Yeah. Can't say I'd be happy with that one there. 4.2 ABV. Ratings aren't great either, racking up an average of 1.85. Well, it's better than Beer 30.
Yeah. That could be our next slogan. We're better than Beer 30.
Oh, let me see. Smells like mineral water with no malt or hops.
I have never seen Miller Extra Light.
I have not seen the Extra Light, which maybe it was a little bit newer, or it came out and it flopped. They took it off the shelf already. I don't know. Not very boozy. It tastes like a glass of water that's been sitting next to a lager overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Busy.
Oh, now we're getting into bum wine. Now we're getting into the bum wine category. This is blasphemy right here. According to bum wine.
The Busch Light. I don't know if I've ever done a Busch Light actually, but
we have to next time.
Do we have to? I don't know if we have to.
We don't have to, but
we need to do an apple episode to get the apples, the Busch apple and the Keystone apple.
That's the thing.
I don't want a garage apple.
I don't want to drop money on a 24. I don't want to drop money on a case.
No.
If I could get one, I'll do it for one. I'm not even buying a 6-pack of this.
Well, see, your store stopped making a 6-pack. You said,
yeah,
you can find one of each. It won't be as bad. So,
like, if I could even get a minimum of a 6-pack, I could make brats in the beer.
Yeah, true. Or chili. Yeah.
No. God, no.
You would
have some self-respect.
That'd be too bad for your chili, right? Why? I wouldn't use it on my chili either. I'm just
saying. Well, you eat Skyline shit.
You do know Skyline, so yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
which I was going to do a story about them, but we do have downtown Cincinnati is about to open up. The largest Skyline will have a full range of beers, it seems, on hand now. So, beer and Skyline chili together in one sitting. Wouldn't recommend it. Just saying.
No. And I will tell you, This was whatever year they opened up the Great American Ballpark, 2003 maybe.
Yeah.
So this was a long ass day. Drove to Cincinnati. It's a long drive from Chicago. Saw a Cub Reds game.
Okay.
Had Skyline Chili after that and drove
Ooh.
back.
Ooh.
That's a long ass drive back. At midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you make it back straight? Or did you have to pull over?
I made it back.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm looking for
I'm a
rest area.
professional. I'm a professional, but I mean, I'm glad it wasn't my car.
Yeah. That's a rough ride right there.
Yeah, that's not pleasant.
Yeah, I feel like you should get some badge of honor if you can do that. JT says light beer is so bad to me they refuse to try one of the new craft light beers. Some of the new craft light beers are pretty decent though.
JT, you gotta grab the Rev. If you see, I only have one left, so I'm not giving that one away. That one's mine. But if you see the Rev Crisp Rice Lager, the dry, that one's good. I probably have it on tap there at Rev on Kedzie. That one's really solid. Like I'll drink that all day, every day, especially in the summer. That one's good. Oh, there's Sammy Hagar right there, JT. Rod, you. I can't hear you, Rod. Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me.
Finishing it out for you there, but you couldn't hear me. You can hear me now. Though. Yeah.
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 Sorry for all those who got
we had all kinds
dinged by the pink
tonight with the tech happening.
Right. Yeah.
I never even heard of Carlton Gold, but it's an Australian light lager. What that would explain. I don't
Never
know why
heard it.
that Masterful felt like writing for an American thing, but they do in the Carlton Gold. Which tells me they probably don't drink beer.
This dude looks like a fucking white supremacist right here. This dude looks like he says the hard R every time. Fuck him. Let's go to the next one. He might be a good guy. He might be married to his sister, but look at that hair. Look at that fucking hair. Scroll up. Show everybody that fucking hair. This motherfucker has never put onion and cilantro on his taco in his life. Move up. Fuck him.
And that's Carlton Gold, folks.
Yeah.
Corona Light. I wouldn't even touch a Corona, so I definitely would do the light. No. But I know a lot of people like Corona beer, though. I mean, and it's a big seller, obviously. It's one of the macros.
I'd rather have Modelo.
I would have Modelo.
Victoria is a great beer.
I will say I would do Corona Familiar, the Mexican version.
Yeah.
Just the American version that sucks. So, yeah. Sleeman Clear, I don't know, but it feels like this might be like your Zima. It might be like your Zima.
No. Everything I've had from Sleeman has been bad.
Okay. I never heard them before, but they're out of Canada here. So,
without a doubt, the worst beer ever created by man, according to someone on Beer Advocate.
Yeah.
I have not had a good Sleeman. Maybe they make some killer stuff. Not the ones I've had.
Yeah, mostly Canadian, 67. Probably with the 67, the 55, what's going on here, right? So, yeah. Haven't had this one, though.
That's just for the young kids.
I guess so. It tastes like if you left your bread in a Perrier overnight. So,
yeah.
A lot of people like Perrier water. Then we got Bud Light Lime. Which I know they were still actually making this one. Considered one of the worst beers by some. Yeah, I haven't had this in ages. I had it one time. We had to work the Bud Line booth that we volunteered for the Taste of Cincinnati, and we were kind of stuck with it. I had like one of those. And I was like, nope, just give me the Butterita instead. So, yeah. But interesting there. Anything you can think of that aren't probably worth that are probably pretty popular out there?
I was in the middle of blowing my nose when I heard you say Butterita. Holy shit, does that bring back bad memories?
Of course it does. It's Butterita.
Oh my God. Sorry if I got tissue left. God, was that fucking bad.
Yeah.
No, Bud Light Lime is not good.
No.
That's like Bud Light and lime jello. No, just no.
Oh, yeah. Huh? Yeah.
No one eats lime. You only eat lime jello if you're getting a colonoscopy because you can't have the red jello.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, fuck it. I'm going to eat lime jello.
Is red the best jello, though? Is that the best one, you think? Best flavor?
I don't know.
The red one?
The cherry jello? How do you go wrong with the cherry jello?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good with that one.
You can't have it with a colonoscopy. You got to eat, like, you can't have red.
Yeah.
So you got to eat lime fucking jello. And I'm now on the 3-year plan where I got to do this again next year.
Yeah. Corona is cans or Draft Lab Live, not bad. Okay, it's only in cans. And he also said he is a poster of Buddha, the guy you're making fun of. He was in front of a poster of Buddha, so he's probably a nice, peaceful guy.
I'm sure he is.
Other than change your opinion.
No.
67 was the year of the World Expo in Montreal.
67 was the year the Great Chicago Blizzard. My mother was knocked up with me walking across 2 feet snowdrifts with my dumbass in her belly. 67 was a good year.
Wasn't it Don Henley Summer of 67? Is that the...
No, you're thinking of Summer of 69 by Bryan Adams. Let's
Bryan
go back
Adams,
to our
okay.
Canadian friends. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's right. It was 69. Yeah, which was a great year because that's the year I was born. So there you go. And I've actually had beer from this brewery, but I didn't realize. I was thinking they were here before. I think they do a lot of gypsy brewing, I thought, but out of Nashville, Quaff On is now shifting production to Sun King so they can switch to actually cans, which is interesting. Because a lot of people think
weird. Yeah.
Well, I mean, some people think you can just go from bottles to cans, but if your operation isn't set up that way, it's not an easy jump.
No, but I just thought it was weird. I mean, that's a long truck ride from Nashville, but they're going to be brewing it actually in Indianapolis at Sun King.
Mm-hmm.
And Sun King's a great brewery. I'm sure they're going to do a great job with contract brewing this, but I thought this was an interesting piece when I saw you post this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did too. That because you just don't think of that. Like with all the other breweries there in Tennessee too, if they were going to contract with someone down there, I mean, they've got other ones they could have jumped on with. So kind of interesting, but they, it kind of goes back to who you may know in certain spots, and it could be just a better connection for them to do it that way. But
classic. I mean, that's some classic artwork on the bottles. I mean, I would buy those bottles right now. We've talked about this before, where we both were. I don't think they're still around. The Craft Beer Marketing Award. That's some solid artwork on the bottles right there.
Yeah. Yeah, the peanut butter one here I've had before. These ones out here are blurred out, but they do a nice job. I remember from having their beers. They do the kegs, they do the bottles in Nashville, but now they'll be doing the cans up there. So whatever, I mean, if it helps them,
hey, God bless. Whatever,
good for them, and get
whatever
it done,
pays the rent.
Yeah. As long as it allows them to keep it moving and not have to close doors, rock on.
Yeah.
So that's just it was interesting, like you said, to actually see that come up there. And then this was kind of interesting here. So let me pull this other one up. This is our last news story, which is always kind of surprising. I wasn't totally surprised, but I kind of knew it would be the area that had the most. We were going to probably be there, but it's the density of the people up there makes it a little bit easier because what else are you going to do but just drink, right? So they did a mapping of the states that drink the most per person. Now, this was actually a trailing thing. It just came out, but they went through 2023, just the most gallons of beer on an average purchase per person in 2023. And you had the leading one being New Hampshire. And you're like, there aren't many people in New Hampshire, but there's enough you drink enough, I guess, per capita wise, it ends up coming out to be pretty decent at 35.6 gallons per person over the course of the year. So how much beer they actually drink. The lowest was Utah at 10.2, which with 40% of the population being pretty much Mormons, Latter-day Saints. Yeah, not surprised by that either, I guess. Yeah. But just like how it falls in, when you take Illinois 21.6, we got you beat there 22.9 in Ohio. So, you guys are slacking.
Quality over quantity, my friend.
Oh, we have quality. You just had a Great Lakes earlier. Set yourself up for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it kind of just interesting. Wisconsin 25.1.
They drink.
You look at their people versus like in New Hampshire, they're going to number them. So it's going to be
less. Nothing else to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you look at some of these states where it's frozen.
Look at Montana. Montana does have some great fucking breweries, though.
Yeah.
But what else do you have to do?
Yeah. Out there at 34. So,
yeah.
But yeah, California 24.2. You always think about Oregon, they're 29.3. Washington's down to 18. Washington being a little lower surprised me.
I thought that kind of surprised me looking at that. Like, you always thought like the Seattle area. Back in like the early 90s, the grunge days, you always thought of like Red Hook and all those places. But, hey, times have changed, but still 18%.
Yeah.
But they're lower than fucking Arkansas.
Well, it's Arkansas, too. What are you going to do?
19.6, yeah.
Yeah. And then you look over here, like New Jersey was lower than I thought at 16.2. But they have a high population there as well. Maryland has a high population. They're at 14.9, which the Maryland beer scene was definitely a little bit less than what I expected when we moved out there for those number of years. Delaware, 22.7. They're getting a little bit higher because they have a low population, I'm sure. So, yeah, it's just interesting kind of just seeing across the country the different spots where you have kind of the drinking and where it might be. What was Alaska? Alaska's 21.3. I would expect them to be a little higher, actually, in Alaska, like with the darkness and the cold and, everything like that.
Drinking and you're doing other things. There's a lot of babies being born in the summer.
Yeah. But Hawaii, 26.7. So lots of good size and stuff happening out there for them, too. So, yeah. It's interesting, kind of just seeing these things out there to see who's drinking where and what. On the average, 22 per person when you look at it across everything. So, yeah. So, Ohio just over the average. Illinois just under the average. Michigan under the average. Wisconsin over. Minnesota over. So, kind of the places you would kind of think would be right there or over. But, yeah, just one of those interesting
Louisiana.
things. Well, you got New Orleans, though. New Orleans is going to be a good anchor and Baton Rouge are probably two good anchors for them. Yeah. JT could probably tell us about the Louisiana drinking for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just one of those interesting things for trivia data that you'll never need to use in your life, but just one of those things to have in the back of your mind for whatever reason. But that being said, that's really all the beer news that we had this week. So wasn't like a ton of stuff happening. And so, but thank you again, Dave, for pulling part of that together there too.
Yeah.
Finding some great stuff, but a lot of good
Happy
stuff
Father's Day to all the fathers out there tomorrow.
Yeah. Father's Day tomorrow for all the fathers, and hopefully it'll be a good time for a lot of the gents out there to be getting taken care of. So, I don't know. I feel like the honeydew list will probably still be in play a little bit, but
yeah. Although we got a thing, it's like the Binnies that I go to tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
They have a thing with Stella where you could get it's like a free personal engraved glass. I mean, I'm sure I'll have to buy a 6-pack at Stella, but I'm sure I'll walk out of there with a beer in front engraved Stella glass. So I'm going to hit that up tomorrow at noon.
Oh, there you go. And then production map I saw was somewhat different. Well, this was from 2023 though, also JT.
Yeah.
So depending if you might have saw a more updated one or
Yeah, we don't have a big budget here, JT.
Yeah,
I mean, no one's hitting up our Patreon. This is, we're doing this on a cheap.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, somebody, you have anything more recent? You want this or not? We'll take it. Yeah, that's what you got.
Carrier pigeon episode right here. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, it's that'd be good. Like I said, neither of us actually have kids, but if I go somewhere, they're like, "Oh, we give you a discount for Father's Day." I might not say anything. I might just go and accept it.
I got a dog. The dog calls me daddy. Yeah,
you are a dog father. So
yes, I am.
There you go. So that definitely works out along those lines. That was merely an observation, lads.
Yeah.
What are you, Scottish now? Drinking with the Scottish team?
Yeah.
Throwing lads out there. JT's getting overwhelmed by the Scottish people at his bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the beer news we have. Anything else we want to touch on? Anything else you got going on? You mentioned earlier what you got upcoming.
Yeah, I got the Rev show coming up. It'll come out tomorrow night. Surgery Tuesday morning. So, hopefully the doctor doesn't have the twitch or anything like that. But I'll have a new elbow Tuesday morning. So I don't know if I'm going to have like the full brace on or whatever. We'll see what happens. But I'll make sure Ruby has her phone with her so she could take pictures of me. I mean, I'm stoked about that. I'm just tired of being in pain. Fix the elbow.
Yeah.
I might have to lose a couple miles an hour off the fastball, but I'm a junk ball. I'm old. I can throw a knuckleball. I can get it over.
Are they putting you right in therapy and everything after? Do you know? Or?
I do a virtual call with the doctor July 2nd, and then we'll determine what goes on from there. But I already have physical therapy lined up starting the week after that.
Okay. And JT said, good luck, Dave, there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, I know sometimes, when I had to get wrist surgery before, they pretty much wanted me right in before they started to settle in from the work they did. So,
yeah. So, we'll see. I mean, this is, for good or bad, it's the doctor that's the official team doctor of the Bulls and the White Sox. So, if you're a fan of Chicago sports teams, that could be good or that could be bad. But, I've talked to the doctor quite a few times. I trust him. So just go in there and do what you got to do.
Yeah, you don't want to go in there and say, Pistons over Bulls or anything. Get them all riled up. So
yeah, I'm not going to go in there with a Cubs hat on. So it's all right, my man. You do what you got to do.
Yeah. Aren't the White Sox doing pretty good right now?
The White Sox are doing much better than expected, better than the Cubs are doing right now. So, hey, good for them. I mean, it's always a good time when both teams are doing well. So I'm glad for the White Sox. I mean, I'm a Cub fan, but I don't hate the White Sox. I don't wish ill will on them at all. So I'm glad to see that they're doing better than expected.
I was thinking that I think the Cubs just came here and beat up on the Reds a little bit a couple weeks ago or so, I believe.
Cubs aren't good right now.
Neither are the Reds.
Cubs just are not good.
Starting a new job with the chess coach with kids. Very excited. There you go.
JT, very good.
Yeah, it's funny. I hadn't played chess in a while, but I took a new role in the company into leadership. So I have employees under me now, and our sales folks, they act in our office. In between stuff, they play chess against each other. And it's I haven't played chess since 8th grade. But I just went in there and played against one of the guys that was kicking their butt. And I beat him. He was just we got to play again. I was okay, we'll play. He got me the second game. So we got to play the rubber match when we play next time and stuff. But it's funny because playing him in chess, one of my strategies, I start out using the knights. And he was just he's a younger guy. He's I've never seen anybody use a knights before. He was kind of thrown back by it, I think, and it kind of just threw him in a little bit of a funk. So everybody's so used to using the pawns and stuff first. So yeah, but I get those horses out there riding. I'm blown away by the Sox turnaround for 2024. Yeah, I've heard they had some good stuff happening. So see what they can do. I mean, Chicago White Sox. It's been a while. Have they ever won the title? Have they won the pennant before?
2005, they won the World Series. So,
Okay.
I mean, granted, 21 years ago, but
Okay.
It's another episode how the management there is bad. But the White Sox are a great organization. Like I said, I'm a Cub fan. I don't hate the White Sox. I wish them well, but it's always good when both teams do good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that they're doing better than expected.
You got to admit, it would be pretty cool if they could ever pull off a Chicago White Sox versus
Never
Chicago
happened.
Cubs. I know
Never
the odds
fucking
are so. Hey, 53 years later, the Knicks won a championship, so can't say never.
No. It'll never happen.
The Knicks have won their title.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. I mean, well, except maybe for Cleveland. The Browns might never make it to Super Bowl. But outside of that, anything else can be possible.
Yeah.
But no, that would be kind of awesome. I mean,
yeah.
Because the Sox are like South Side, is that right?
Yeah.
And then, but it's like I never hear anybody saying North Side, like for the Cubs. So it's kind of like I just read the Cubs like just downtown, but I don't know.
Yeah, here people like our North Side, South Side. It's great when both teams do well.
Yeah. It probably wouldn't. I mean, that'd be like the Giants and Jets seeing the Super Bowl against each other. Like that would be, that would be hell freezing over if that ever happened. I guess.
Yeah.
Like the asteroid's about to hit the Earth. I don't know. But no. Upcoming, I got to reset and do some things here. Obviously, we'll have the shows and stuff rolling, but I will be setting up some stuff here. I spoke with our local Sam Adams. I got to get that all done. Our one friend out west, I got to get that done. I'm going to have Gnarly Gnome on here in the next few weeks, possibly. He's Cincinnati blogger, broadcaster, podcaster. Big into he pretty much stays in the Cincinnati beer scene more,
right.
Where I kind of spread out. So we'll be doing a thing about Cincinnati upcoming. And there's some other things. So, and just shout out to everybody if you're catching this that have been doing the polls. The polls have been fun to put on the thing, and everybody's been kind of responding. And I'm getting some that have a lot of votes on them and loving the comments, and helps to kind of see what people are thinking in the beer industry. So keep responding to the polls. And then more of the videos upcoming, more away from just the beer reviews, but more of the kind of the introspective type things I've been sharing too, just on what's happening. So a lot of good stuff going to be upcoming, and that's about it right now. So
all right,
yeah. Again, stay tuned for more stuff along the way. And if you haven't subscribed, if you're watching through here, you haven't subscribed to Dave or Up Beer in Front, or you hear this on the podcast, make sure to go check out his channel and also the podcast that he actually releases with the various episodes. And if I'm coming through me on his channel, then it's Rajay Beer Ventures to check out and do the same, so to speak. So that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap up here for this Saturday night.
Have a good Father's Day, everybody.
Good Father's Day. And if we interrupted your World Cup programming, we'll let you get back to that.
Yeah.
And USA on to the next round, 32, with a game to spare. Never thought I'd say those words before.
Yeah.
All right. Stay safe as well, JT, and we will talk to you guys soon. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Thank you for tuning in. It's been a ride. Rajay and Daisy, we here with pride. Midwest beer talk as we glide. Catch us again. Don't let this vibe slide. Like and subscribe. It's the key. Rajay Beverages. Join our spree. Beer in front. We got the flow. Catch us live. The good times grow. The siege of the blessing. God is so